Welcome back, Typhus here with another episode of the Final Fantasy XIII Randomizer. We're still on the airship, trying to reunite with all of our party members whilst dodging deck drones, which apparently also failing at. We are still on... Whoops, these are... There, so we're just going to spam with water. So we are still on the task of getting XP. I just realised my headphones are way too loud. The music in this is ridiculously loud, unfortunately. There are no in-game menus to adjust music volume setting or camera activity. Like, at least in, I remember, like FF9, 7, 8, there were settings for having active or passive camera for battles. So it would determine when your camera would swivel around and whatnot, or whether it would just pick an angle and stick with it. Honestly, in this one, I've forgotten how much the camera loves to go around in circles. And honestly, I do understand that. Get rid of those, I guess. We'll get rid of the land alchemicus. I do understand it is kind of hard to follow around. Like, at me as a player, I can literally just sit here and... you absorb water? Right. That was dumb. As a player, I am literally just looking at ATB gauge filling up, enemy HP gauge going down, and stagger gauge going up. Oh, and I guess party member HP going down. I'm honestly not really paying attention to all of the actions. And when you throw in having... Oh crap, I've got Gatling. Throw in the party members that are not being controlled. Ooh, ouchity, that is very painful. Fucking hell. I was down to 1 HP there. Jesus Christ. Alright, another renew. When you got throwing that your backup party members are doing their own shit, like they've got their own hate damage splats, even though you can't control them whatsoever. Can't even like persuade them to be aggressive healing, balanced healing, prioritize revives, which is very frustrating, as I may have already mentioned several times. It gets, yeah, kind of hectic. Yeah, it is weird that it sort of has the hectic and then the not hectic. I am going to try and avoid... Yikes, these enemy encounters, those flans are brutal. I had several failed attempts at these combinations and I may be slightly stuck here. Slightly annoying. The issue is that once they get to Gatlings, it's very painful. Well, I had to beat one group of the flans like that. I might have another group. There's that treasure chest that I do rather want. Okay, I'm having to switch into Combat Clinic, which is 2 healers and a defender. Works. Ooh, a power wristband. That actually is worth it. What's that status? It is... Strength plus 20. Okay, it's not as good as the ones that we currently have, but that once I get some more accessories is going to be useful. 20 extra strength, that's not going to be bad on that. Okay, I can see a lot of bombs bobbling around here. I'm going to try my best to not set them off because that is going to be chaotic nightmare of them spamming stuff. And more bombs to dodge. That looks even worse. Ah, hey, moving platforms. So we can go up and down these bits to dodge some of these enemies. And there's some treasures hiding in around here. There's the damn treasure. So back all the way through here. Oh, at least it dodges enemies. And hopefully this one is nice. Those flans are not nice, so... Alright, what do we get? We get... painkillers. That's not great, really. let's be honest. All it does is clear the pain status, which at the moment nothing is going to be inflicting it. Or at least I sincerely hope not. And does that include the flan? Does. Okay, that's even worse. I'm going to Deceptor Soul past these things and hope not to get hit by those. Jesus Christ. That is not a great area to try and dodge stuff. Please don't hit. Thank you, camera. Okay, we've got some around there. And apparently, no, I do have to fight these. But they should not come with the flan. It should be just a pack of the motorcycles, which I can deal with slightly better. Especially if they are all going to be staggered. Oh, and they got dazed. Okay, here. Oh, Hope has Stalker, I think. Or something that prevents them all from doing anything, so let's go ham on them. Nice. Lightning took her time to actually attack there. And that one is still stopped, so he's not doing anything. Nice. Not a huge amount of damage on Stagger. He's going to be left with a few HP left. Now these unstaggered, but that should not last terribly long with 3 people attacking. There it is. So the Deceptive Souls guarantee first strike, which means that it's very, very easy to stagger things because it almost fills the chain gauge. Hero's Amulet, that wasn't super worth it. I can... So getting more of the Deceptor Souls, which does grant that status effect, is possible. It's a rare drop, and that's off enemies. Any enemy, I think, can drop Shrouds. You can boost the chances. I think in Chapter 2, I need to remember that I'm on that paradigm. There are enemies which have very high chances of Shrouds, and so you can farm Shrouds off them. And I think that's sort of like the point, is that here you go, early game, you can have some Shrouds. And I think I heard somewhere that if you get a low battle rating, you actually get a higher chance of Shrouds. And there's an item that you can equip that increases Shroud chance drop. Well, that was blocking the way immediately, but it's a sneak attack, so... And now we get... I think this is where the whole team meets up. Fang gets to reunite with Vanille, and there's the famous cutscene. Oh, and we get a boss, which we don't know what it's weak to, but it's sparking, so I'm going to assume lightning is probably not the best option. Yep, it absorbs that, that's what I thought. Okay, what are we getting here? Is it immune to anything? Not yet. Has no rare drop. Alright, that's fine. It is being deshelled to see if we can't get a Deprotector up as well. It's not immune to that, but Deprotector is of course a much lower chance of stacking. Alright, excellent. It's got its defenses reduced, so now time to wail on it. Oh, and it's staggered already. This thing is supposed to be a mini boss, but it's definitely not super difficult. There we go. Yeah, the girls will just take it out. Hope's doing just a bit of token damage with his ones. There, easy, easy. I think normally this is quite a bit harder than what this is. Oh, and it is dead. That did not take long. 57 seconds. Yep. Ooh, that's a nice healthy amount of CP. Urinitite. Okay, that's, I guess, better than nothing. Oh, we get around to... Aha. I thought that one was a little bit too easy. What do you got? Absorbed and nothing else. Don't know why we have to refight it, but we do. Hopefully get the debuffs. Hope is being set to start on a Saboteur roll. which means he's going to be debuffing. Fang is on healing. This was a set that I'd done to deal with the stupid Flans motorcycles. And Lightning is Ravager, so she's building up stagger gauge with her waters. Alright, it's taking a bit longer to get his D-Protegers on. Okay, that I suspect just a little bit more ouchy. Oh, only a little bit more ouchy. Cool. Less ouchy than I thought. Imperil guy. Oh, he can know Imperil as well. I guess Imperil never hit before. Let's see if I can't get an Imperil on this thing. No, let's go back to Diversity. Hope is better healer than Fang. This thing is a little bit more dangerous. It seems to be doing more damage, and I don't think it has the Maelstrom Bolt that it used. Okay, well, we're almost full HP. Might as well see if we can't stagger it. So I switched to combat killing. Holy crap, that was close on Lightning. Because having a Sentinel in the party reduces damage to the whole party. By a small fraction, and it depends on what roll level the Sentinel has. And if you've got 2 Sentinels, it's even more damage reduction. Alright, this guy does not stagger. I mean, he does not... Really? No, I can just kill. We'll be fine without Hope being alive. He still gets XP. Alright, and we were indeed. That only took twice the amount of time. Nice 5k XP out of this thing, though. Bye, whatever you were. Hey, okay. So this is the point in chapter 10, 9, yes, that you can finally switch your paradigms. Switch your battle teams. Because previously you could not do at all. Now this area has a huge number of platforms to get to. You can see that bouncing ball of treasure over there. And essentially each platform is guarded by some enemies. I'm seeing a lovely lack of slimes. The enemies there currently they don't look terribly difficult, but it's basically a case of lower platform, activate all the bridges. You can literally activate every single bridge down there, fight enemies. So I'm going to see you at the interesting bits, which are the treasures. Now this is our first group of enemies here. We'll see what these ones are like. There's 3 bazooka ones, which I'm a little worried about. I have also switched out Vanille for Hope, because Vanille is quite a bit, she is got more HP than Hope, and she can do pretty good damage. That means I can also have Lightning and Fang as commandos in this initial setup. Well, this enemy grouping seems to be pretty good, because I'm able to do it without even paying attention. Their CP is okay. And it's going to be a case of hitting every single one of these buttons to get every single one of these to get every single one of the treasures. It's a lot of buttons pressing. So treasure chest number 1 gets us an expansion to the shop. I did not realise how many shop expansions there were in this, honestly. Because I think in the main game, you get a bunch of expansions all together, rather than individual ones here and there. Floating orb number 2 nets us a pair of Antani's Deluxes. That is a weapon for Saz. Oh, wonder how good that one is. Actually, we'll just check. Equipment, Saz. Whoops, Saz over here. That's better than what he currently got. Chain bonus boost is nice, and a few stats on magic is better than nothing. And you have to clear out the enemies on each platform to be able to activate the buttons. Fortunately, they are not too threatening. We've got a Skatane and whatever the hell that is. So when you've got 2 commandos in the party at once, they will pick separate targets. There is no way to force all your commandos to attack the same target. So with party compositions, if the Ravager will always back up whoever the control character is targeting. If you are controlling a Ravager and not the commander will back up the Ravager. But if there's a second commander, they will do their own thing. So it's a little annoying that you can't focus all damage dealers on the one target. Orb number 3 is going to be black and white Hephaestus again. Orb 4, fourth is gonna be another useless pile of trash. We get a new enemy here. We've got one of the Pulse Automata. Now those ones are annoying because a lot of them, you have to stagger them before you can do any real damage to them. It's Kryptos. I do not even remember that one. Vanille is pained. She cannot use physical attacks. That's what the no sword icon is. Now I don't see any treasures bouncing away over there, so not need to go over there. A couple of spear guys again. Now these are new ones. They are not. Oh, I can get Ronda Crowsight off them. Cool. We're up to 5 balls now. What's the 5th one I'm gonna hold? Glass Buckle. It protects against something. It's like D-Protect or something. Ball number 6 is gonna be a Electrodes. This is a pretty cool giant open area. It's very, very impractical, and I'm not entirely sure what sort of purpose this has inside of an airship. There's a very church cathedral type vibes. Alright, had to bring in Odin to beat those guys. They were so annoying with their Gatlings. You'd have to defend them, and I almost beat the fight, except right at the end. On the first time I was fighting it, I got greedy and didn't heal, and you know what? That cost it, and it was several attempts of failures, and I was like, you know what, screw it, Odin time. The rest of the encounters on here are fine, it's just because the motorbikes were using Gatling, which was absolutely brutal. What's this? Number 7, lucky 7, will it be? It is not. That is a weapon for Hope Snow. Normally that one I'm pretty sure has got his improved garden or something. But I don't tend to like using Snow because I find its attack animations annoying and slow, so... And like in the main game he is... well, he's just the tank. His damage output isn't quite as good as Fang's. And Fang is almost as good of a Sentinel tank, so... Yeah, he sort of falls to the waypoint. Alright, what do we got in this one? We get Perfect Conductors. Woo! Well, through that door is, I am damn certain, a boss. So we'll be going and seeing what he's like shortly. So, I was just looking through the weapons and crap from the upgraded shop. This is a good weapon. It's also not a base game weapon. Uncapped HP damage is not a base ability. It is also 16 million, and I have absolutely nowhere near enough money for that. But it's a pseudo-ultimate weapon, good stats, extra ATB gauge. Would be nice if I could ever afford it. That's also a new one. Paper Tiger is not a great one. It makes them really weak. Feymark, a snow weapon who's a physical attacker normally with 0 strength. Yeah, that sucks ass. The new air, ATB +1, but Fetid Magic is not great for Hope. It's also expensive as hell. Bladed Lance, a flat out upgrade for Fang. That's actually worth it. Stagger TP charge compared to... Oh, it has no ability. That's why it's better. Yeah, we'll keep the stagger TP charge, that is useful. A Dragoon Lance, is that got the same... Well, that was Stifled Magic, that sucks. Kane's Lance. That's a good... Wait, Hindrance. Ew, that ability sucks. That's another ultimate weapon. Normally, ATB +1 indicates it's an ultimate weapon. Oh, there's the Kane's Lance. Other Kane's Lance. And that's, Also not great. What is with the stats on those? Improved counter 2 is... You. Hey, there's a ribbon. I forgot about that. Resilience plus 20. And a super ribbon. I feel like... I can't remember if that's actually part of the default equipments. And that's it. Now, through this doorway, there ought to be the final boss for this chapter, Bartandalus, who is the president of Cocoon, and he turns into this monstrosity. Because, you know, why not? It turns out he's an ancient being that has been trying to bring down the fall of Cocoon because he wants to bring back the creator god, which him and the other Cocoon, Falsi, these ancient beings, mechanoid things, feel has abandoned them, and the only way to do that is to epically fuck up their task, which was apparently to look after humans. Now, what the fuck am I doing is the next question. So, this dude has multiple backup units, I guess, who are going to be annoying and do extra shit. So let's see if we can't take out the backup units. It's been rather a while. This music track, I think, is also the default one. So we're just going to whack the pauldrons, take them out. It's going to be like that giant helicopter from Hope's hometown. We're going to keep probably on this grid, because I can see that we do need to keep an eye on our HP a bit. This guy is a tanky fucker, and he has a phase 2 once you get rid of the little pauldrons as well. And, oh, you ass, you also buff yourself. Great. I don't think you're weak to anything. You absorb fire, so definitely not using fire on you. Oh, these ones have all got different vulnerabilities, aren't they? Okay, so main body is resistant to every fucking thing until you get rid of the pauldrons, and then he goes into a vulnerability phase. Pretty sure after that he charges up a special attack, so that's probably bad. He's done something. He will also clear his change gauge at some point. Now, it's been a few days and I've forgotten since the last clip, and I may have forgotten what all my paradigms were. I've also been watching my partner, who has started his own playthrough of this. So it's like, what have I got? Mystic Aura, so he's going to buff his little damage dealing pauldrons, and hopefully we're going to take him out. At least Fang does half decent damage. Not entirely sure the double Ravager. Might try double. Oh, that's bad. I just saw we go into red. And go back to the healing one. Please don't die, Fang. That's it, Vanille. Heal up. Okay. On back clinic. Okay. I thought Fang was a... okay. Do I not have... Of course I don't. I thought Lightning had... There. Alright. We lost all our change? Nope, we did not lose our chain. I thought Lightning had Raise. I think someone else has got Raise. I forgot who. Maybe it's Fang. Oh, well, yep, just keep on wailing on that bastard and... yeah, I think you can go straight for the head, but it's just flicking with... Oh, okay, it is now absorbing lightning. It has changed. Let's go arrow. Well, it's not absorbing arrow, so... that looks suspiciously resistant. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it is definitely weak to that. And attack it whilst it's second and get rid of the bugger. Oh, of course Fang will go off and do her own thing because she's a commando, and the commandos love doing their own thing. Okay, this one absorbs water. Renew. Heal, everyone. I don't know how... If I fail on this, I'll check whether or not I happen to have shell on anyone, because that is going to be good, given that he is barraging with his spells. This one must be weak to electricity. Oh. Okay, Vanille, please keep up with the healing. That would be much obliged. We will keep with this. The left one is almost dead, which is nice. Weak to fire. I don't think I have fire with... I do not have fire with... lightning. Good, and he has of course got all his buffs up, which is fine. I think Fang is going to try and target the other one for some stupid reason. Alright, Barty is now vulnerable. So he is non-resistant to everything. We don't know what his Thanatosian Smile, that is not the one I want to see. That is his nasty move, potentially. Baptism of Pain. He didn't seem to do anything there, but Thanatosian Smile is AoE on everyone. So now his moves have changed up. We've defeated his pauldrons. So far it is not too bad, but he will eventually do some nasty attacks where shifting to a paradigm with healers and that. Okay, there's a Ruingar. Let's get double Ravager, get him staggered. And switch back to healing because we're on yellow HP and could potentially die. Okay, that's it. And switch to Combat Clinic because having the Sentinel in the party means that everyone else takes slightly less damage. Buffs the defense of the party by a fraction. Even though we aren't doing any damage with having 2 healers and a Sentinel. I don't think Fang has counter. Alright, so 2 Ravagers and a Commando. Boost up the chain gauge as much as possible while stabilizing it with the Commando's attacks. And he is now staggered. We're going to switch to aggression. Actually, yep, we'll switch to aggression. And we are going to go very quickly back to the Ravager one and Army of One. Reason we're doing this one is Yep, so it's a special attack. Destrudo. Okay, bad. Army of One, boost the chain gauge an awful lot. Okay, you're going to take forever to charge this up, aren't you? How long does this take to charge? So Army of One boosts the chain gauge like crazy if an enemy is staggered. Okay, you seem to be doing nothing. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh well, I had forgotten I had that one queued. Okay, that didn't do... That was fine. Back to Spark striking you. Yeah, Destrudo was not as crazy as I thought. Okay, not so great. Okay, Vanille, please get Fang up and running again. You do have raise. I have seen you raise people up. There you go. And back to it whacking him. We've got about 2/3 of his HP left. Ruingar, cool. So his ultimate attack's not as scary as I remember it being, so I think we should be fine. Even though this will take a little while to deal with him. And we can get a bunch of damage and charge on whilst he's charging up. Unfortunately, we have lost all of our chain gauge.
Thanks.
once the animation starts, then I think we should be good to start it. So, he's still going. So I don't want to switch paradigms yet. Mostly... There you go. So we can switch to that and immediately heal. Okay, so he follows it up with Thanatos Smile. And back to a damage. See if we can't get a bit more damage, and mostly chain gauge. Once he gets chained, then it's a much nicer. He gets so much more damage. Alright, there's the Strudo. Just going to quickly heal up. And then... we should... oh, so he reset his stagger gauge. That is so flipping annoying. Because... he was like 2 points away from staggering. That's fine, we can build it up. He won't clear it again. And... we know that we've got a lovely opportunity here where he will not attack. To pile on the stagger gauge. And he'll drop Brunhilde. That is nice. That means Fang, it's not Fang, Saz gets an extra ATB slot. Nope, no, not one I wanted. Combat Clinic.
I'll deal with you. Bartandalus.
Back to Spark striking him.
Thank you.
I'm not even sure what Baptism and Ruin is. It must do a whole bunch of Ruin spells. I think that's all it does. And then he does Ruinga. One, two, three, okay. Thanatos Smile, fine. But you are going to stagger. I'm going to Army of One. And that should boost his stagger. So it's gone from 300% to, what's it going to end up? It's like 500%. It's almost 600%. That's an extra, well, okay, we're going to push here. I think we can do it in... there's a Shishudo. But because he is staggered, he does not lose... oh, he does lose it. Well, fuck you then. You're just going to get a whole bunch of damage. You got 5,000 HP. And are you resistant? Are you normal? There you are. You're dead. Cool. 12 minutes. 12,000 CP is okay. And the Brunhilde Edolith, which means Saz gets an ATB. A nugget of Ronda Crowsight, and one dead, well, he's not very dead, but one partially defeated elder deity thingo that's trying to manipulate us, which, you know, absolutely pisses off the entire party, and they rant and rave and whatnot about free will and all that jazz, and in the end they do exactly what the fucking thing wants, which is defeat Orphan, and bring about exactly what they want. So, you know, you bitch about free will and all, and then you end up doing exactly what you're manipulated into doing. So, you know, all that. But that will be enough for this episode. The next time, we're probably going to be going into one of the higher areas, possibly going to the Ark, which is one of the chapters that I went into way early, and got a few things, and pieced out pretty quickly. But there should be some good enemies there to gain levels on, and there's also a few more very nice and easy checks, as long as I can defeat one set of enemies. But until next time, this is Type This Out. Have a good day, guys. Bye.